Hey, this is Notser, and we're taking a look at the Tier 8 Premium German cruiser, Prinz Eugen. We're on the map Shards, and this ship was adjusted in 7.4. It's live on North America. It should be live everywhere else whenever you're watching this video. They added the heal consumable to this particular ship. The Hipper did not receive the heal. Instead, it received a rate of fire buff, which is cool too. So the idea of the Prinz Eugen, at least what I can interpret, is it's the tanky variant of the Hipper class ship, and that's pretty cool because way back in the day, you guys probably don't even remember this, probably like 3 of you were around, but the Atago did not have the heal. It was given the heal and then became a monster for a Tier 8 premium for the Japanese. In fact, it's probably still one of the best Japanese premiums they have. So I assume that the Prince is going to fulfill that same role. It just allows you to be more aggressive. It allows you to trade, and in doing so, you can transfer that to a kill or two. Notice in this game, I'm moving forward. There's a lot of enemies. I'm going to use my torpedoes. I'm not really afraid because I have hydroacoustic. I also have the heal. So yeah, they're doing damage to me. But if we can convert this to a kill, especially on this enemy destroyer, this kid, I believe, or it's a Sims. Yeah, it's a kid. If we could take the kid out, then it'll be worth it. And the reason I didn't put my fires out, I was not confident that I was going to avoid every torpedo, even with hydroacoustic being in close proximity. Because I have the heal, I can take a little bit more fire damage than you probably could previously. So it's going to work in my favor. I can be a little bit more calculated in the manner I choose to engage these guys. So hydroacoustic worked out. German hydro, of course, we all know how powerful that is. We take out a target, and I'm going to try and maybe assess the couple enemy ships that are south of the A point. See where they are located. That's why I called on my aircraft. And also notice that the enemy DD, the other enemy DD, he's out of his smoke and he's spotting me. It's very obvious, and a lot of people want to kill me. So yeah. Unfortunately, I will not benefit from hydro, but as long as I refuse to fire my guns until I get, the ideal scenario, I will not be visible to the enemy. And I am considering using my torpedoes. I gotta get a little bit closer than probably I want to. The enemy's torpedoes should be up, and if I'm spotted, I should expect them. My hydro will not be available to inform me, so I'm just sitting here waiting for him to make a mistake. Maybe fire his guns. I saw that he fired. I'm waiting for him to fire again. Alright, there he is. I have to admit, I'm not as skilled as I wish I was when it comes to firing on a target that is blind firing from smoke. I see where the shells are coming from, but I'm not as consistent as I would like to be. Regardless, I'm going to send my torpedoes at that location that I saw him firing at. There is also a threat of an enemy cruiser who seems to be coming towards the middle. And I am obviously incredibly annoyed by the existence. And if you noticed, basically right on the edge of the island, that's where I was able to make contact with him. And just spamming the fire around, trying to get any damage on the target. And we are lucky, we are fortunate to hit our torpedoes and knock out the enemy DD. I just wouldn't do that previously in the Prinz Eugen. It's too dangerous to move forward, not to have a heal, to take damage, not be able to return any of that back in the form of the heal. It's significant. I would be at 50% life and I would be in trouble. I wouldn't have been as aggressive using my torpedoes, and that sort of works against the Germans. Right? They should be able to move forward aggressively, use their turtleback, use their torpedoes to their advantage, use hydroacoustic, and with the heal I can do that. It's a different play style from the Hipper, and I'll have a video on the Hipper soon, TM. But for the Prinz Eugen, It feels good. It's good that they differentiated, and it's good that they differentiated by making one tanky and the other one sort of a glass cannon build. I like that. And I definitely will be playing more of my German cruiser, especially the Prinz. Gotta work on my commander training. I know this might shock you, but I don't really have a lot of 19 German cruiser commanders. I sort of funnel all my German commanders into my destroyers and battleships. So, enemy Prinz moving forward. I do send my torpedoes. I switch to AP in preparation. If you're wondering how do I aim at different positions with my camera, that's C to cycle view of anything. It positions the binocular view over the gun turrets, different ones. So yeah, this guy took a torpedo, unfortunately not all of it. I'm sort of out in the open. I feel the torpedoes that he wanted to send towards me, so I move forward rather than back, and yep, here they come. Able to avoid the torpedoes, and I use my heel. I'm going to use my other torpedoes. He has hydroacoustic up, of course, you can see on my screen. So this is not going to cause any damage. It shouldn't. I mean, he sees it plain as day. What it should cause is for him to maneuver, and hopefully my teammates can punish him. I have HE. I'm going to aim for the superstructure. The German accuracy is definitely there. It's always been there for the Prinz and the Hipper, but their rate of fire and that lack of heal in the previous iteration was a concern. You're not going to do as much damage as the Hipper, but you'll probably survive longer. So it's sort of a push as that is concerned. So teammates are doing a great job. I'm doing, as much damage as I think I can do. Maybe AP superstructure, but if I was firing at the waterline or the angle bow, I would not be able to actually penetrate his armor. It's too angled. And looks like we're going to be pulling another Notser. I think that's the third or fourth this game. And my team's doing okay. We don't have the second base capture, but we have more healthy ships. And I'm just going to keep up the firepower. It's really interesting. I don't know what it is, and you can comment on this or not. It feels like people don't really respect German cruisers. They sort of just underestimate their existence. I play in my Hindenburg all the time, and it's like, guys, I'm here firing on you. Yeah, I don't have the heavy AP shell of the Americans or the HE shell of the Japanese, but my whole package is really effective. And time again, I can just openly fire and have very few interested in firing back on me. I don't know if it's just me and the way they treat my German cruisers, but it's a really weird phenomenon where I feel like I'm doing really dumb plays. I'm absolutely a novice when it comes to the German cruisers. I have not played a lot of them recently. And yet, I end up playing pretty well. The game works out pretty nicely. Another thing that you might notice about 7.4, the player list is lowered a little bit. And also in the top right corner, I have damage done, potential damage shot at me or torpedoed, and also spotting assisted damage. Not a lot of spotting assisted damage, of course, going to happen with a cruiser, but regardless, it exists. Go into your settings options, and it will be new check marks that you have to turn on. It's off by default, so I just want to make sure you understand, why does this look slightly different? Is the 7.4? If that isn't obvious with the Prinz Eugen. So we're firing on the enemy. I was able to set fire to the enemy battleship a second time, force out his damage control the first time. So he's on fire, and I was trying to finish off the enemy British cruiser. Obviously not successful. Enemy Richelieu is pushing up rapidly, and I am considering using my torpedoes. About 6 kilometers, right? It looks like he'll get close, and oh, of course, we run into a torpedo alley. I probably could have used hydroacoustic, but I didn't feel like the enemy was still there. It's my mistake. If you don't have a good sense of the enemy's location, it's not going to really benefit you. And here is my greatest mistake of this game. I am going into an area where I can't possibly succeed. I'm overextending. I'm trying to get the enemy DD. He sets fire to me. I can't put the fire out because I had to put the flood out just probably 10 seconds earlier. And the enemy cruiser in the smoke, plus the enemy battleships can fire on me. I do get one torpedo strike on that enemy Richelieu, but regardless, I'm not going to be alive very long. I probably should have taken the long road. Maybe, oh, I don't know, just make sure the enemy is dead in the north before I came this way, because I'm going to die. There's not enough time to get my heal back up, and the enemy's definitely taking me out. So just a mistake, but regardless, I definitely sustained a lot more damage than I would normally do in the German previously to getting the heal. So the heal's great. Absolutely the best premium German cruiser. By far. You will want to take it. It will be a great trainer for your Hindenburg or your Rune, your Hipper, anything and everything German for your cruisers. So I really enjoy the change. I think it's going to make it just as exciting as the Atago heal was way back in the day. So thumbs up from me, 100%. Great change. And friendlies are dealing with the enemies. We do need to eventually capture the enemy bases. Friendly Hipper's taking a ton of damage. I kind of felt like he was being greedy in having his torpedo do the final blow. He should have just killed the enemy battleship and maybe relied on his secondaries to damage the enemy cruiser. I don't know that it was in his best interest to just wait for the torpedo to kill him. Maybe that wasn't his intent, but that's what it looked like. Regardless, it's the Tirpitz. He's got a heal, not off a cooldown apparently. If he is able to take out this cruiser, he should not be anywhere close to dying. So, the Prinz. It still has its 13-second reload, but Adrenaline Rush does help it as you're taking damage. It has the German hydroacoustic. Obviously, it has the turtleback. It has the torpedo systems. Very accurate guns. But it's going to lose out in that damage if it's presented with something like the Hipper, because the Hipper got a 2-second buff to what the Prinz was. And you might say, oh, well, they're completely different ships. They've always been completely different ships. Yeah, right. 100 meters, give or take, concealment, AA, all these things, 0.1 second rudder. Yeah, you can believe all you want to believe. It was a copy of the Hipper. Now they're completely different. Rate of fire, I think they improved the concealment a little bit of the Hipper to make it that much better. And it doesn't have the heal. So there's definitely a reason to own both in your port. As previously, there was no reason. You know, either you got the Hipper or you have the Prinz. You didn't need both because they were the same. So it's a good change. Definitely enjoyed it. It allowed me to be a little bit aggressive, a little too aggressive, honestly. But I think we played it overall pretty well, going after the DDs, helping my team take out targets of obvious opportunity, and just playing to the strengths. I have heal now. I can take a little bit more damage. I can be a little bit more aggressive at tier 8, which is nice. If you go against tier 9s and 10, well, it's not going to be that cool. But at tier 8, having a heal, you definitely have a leg up on the competition. And game had everything: torpedo damage, main battery fires, floods, all that stuff. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.